Yo, what up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Pnoid News. Man, listen, all right, we gotta... All right, so here's what's going on. Back on March 27th, these two young black females in Washington, D.C., stood here and tried to carjack an Uber Eats driver, right, who was just hanging out, waiting on his next thing to do whatever he was doing, right? And so they went to court about a day and a half, 2 days ago. And the court decided, in their ultimate wisdom, that they were going to stand here and only lock these females up till they were 21. Now, they literally violently tased a man, robbed him, tried to drive away in a car, and ended up killing the dude in the process, right? Here's the article. 2 teen girls accused of killing an Uber driver in a botched carjacking in Washington, D.C. in March are expected to reach a plea deal with prosecutors in the case. The bargain should be reached in the coming days, but it's unclear if it will fully resolve the case, according to the Washington Post. The girls are due back in court on April 20th to discuss the status of the case, the outlet said. The pair, ages 13 and 15, have been charged with felony murder, carjacking, and armed robbery in a deadly incident, which they allegedly carried out near Nationals Park in the southeast section of the nation's capital. Under D.C. law, the 13-year-old can't be charged as an adult, even in a murder case, according to the Post. The 15-year-old suspect could be charged as an adult, but that will increase the burden of proof on the prosecutors, the report said. Right? Yeah, the pictures of, all the bad stuff that happened. Anwar, who was hanging onto the vehicle, was fatally injured when the girls crashed, according to the cops. The Pakistani immigrant who lived nearby Virginia suffered a head injury and later died, police said. Right? Man, listen, like all these pop-up ads, I swear to God. And everybody's like, man, why don't you just stand here and use some other browser, whatever it is? Because I'm using the OBS browser, right? Legit, anyway, right? So in juvenile court, the district defendants, in the court in the district, defendants who are found responsible, meaning guilty, may only be jailed until the age of 21. So the 15-year-old is going to do 6 years at the most, might not even do the whole 6 years, and the 13-year-old is going to do 8 years for robbery and murder. Now, this brings up a really good point that, we don't really have an opportunity to discuss very, very often. But, I wanted to stand here and show y'all this, because I think it's kind of important for everybody to understand, right? This is from an article on, this is from a Harvard study, right? It says, estimating gender disparities in federal criminal cases. Looks closely at a large data set of federal cases and revealed some significant findings. After controlling for the arrest offense, criminal history, and other prior characteristics, men receive 63% longer sentences on average than women do, and women are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. The gender gap is about 6 times as large as the racial disparity. Let's say that again. The gender gap is about 6 times as large as the racial disparity. I'm gonna stand here and be honest with you, all right? And a lot of people think that like I hate women or whatever it is, and man, no, it's not even what it is. In the end of the day, it's not. All right, it's just I get annoyed having to play pretend. That's really what it is. I don't like having to pretend. For the sake of you. Like, I can stand here and pretend that, I want to talk to somebody and I don't want to knock them the fuck out, right? And that takes some serious amounts of me, really controlling myself to do so. But me standing here being forced to pretend that, everybody's equal and everybody's on equal footing, when shit like this happens on a regular basis, and I witness it in real life, because I know female criminals, I know male criminals, right? And, my friends who are criminals as dudes, they go away for years, and females basically are treated like children on a regular basis inside of this system. And in doing so, they stand here and look at them and they go, oh man, they're just chicks. They don't know any better. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we can't stand here and just lock a woman up the same way we do with a dude. And I'm like, oh, why not? I thought we were all supposed to be equal in this bitch. Like, why is it that you have the same rights and privileges and more rights and privileges than I do? But yet, the justice system stands here and treats us so completely different. And this is where I really get down to. This is why I really get upset about these type of things in the end of the day. I get mad because when it comes down to the court system as a whole, legit, as a whole, it comes down to this court system. As a dude, you're treated like a complete and utter piece of shit. But when it comes down to being a female, they feel bad that they even had to drag you in there. And that's the terrible part. Because as a man, you literally have no resources available for you for help when things get bad. But as a female, you have every fucking resource in the world available for you. And that's why, like, you know, women tend not to be homeless unless they are fucking batshit crazy and really want to be, because they can go to any shelter on the planet. Whereas, you know what I'm saying, like, dudes don't have that opportunity. Like, yo, you gotta really fight for a spot. You know, as a female, like, you know, if you stand here and you end up losing your job or have a problem, they'll hand you welfare. As a dude, it's, you know, you better handle your business. As a female, you know, like, you got kids, you got to take care of whatever the case is. Well, that's cool, man. We'll give you welfare, food stamps, Section 8. As a dude, well, you know, you got to get them kids to the female, and guess what, man? Like, you better get out there and earn some support, and we don't care what you have to do it. And if you don't, then we'll throw you in a box. That's my problem with this system as a whole. And that aggravates the shit out of me, because it's something that affects all of us all the time. And everybody just simps out and pretends that, like, you know, it's not a fucking thing. And it's just the most annoying thing on the planet in the end of the day. Not even, it's not that it's annoying. It's the most infuriating fucking thing. Because everybody, every time you bring this shit up, every time you have these conversations about these things and you go, well, like, you know, they don't have to be responsible, but I do. What the fuck is this? They go, oh, man, you just hate women. You got a problem with women. Duh, duh, duh. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not a simp. Like, I can get pussy. I'm not concerned with shit. Like, I'm not going to stand here and, like, I treat women the same way I treat dudes. I feel like that's what we're supposed to do as a whole, right? You're supposed to treat everybody the same way. You're not supposed to change yourself just because of who you're talking to. That's not how things work. Everybody catches the same way. But anyway, yo, look, man, Tom Pease with Pnoid News. You know the deal. Check me out on Odyssey. And, you know what I mean? Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.